Guys, before you watch this video, make sure to click here, there, or in the description down below to watch part 1 of my Desklab 4K portable monitor review so you have a better understanding of exactly what I'm talking about and how things have changed for me since I filmed that video about a month ago. Thanks. So much has happened. We've got to talk about the Desklab again. So after my first video on the Desklab, had a huge response to it. Had some really good discussion on this particular product. Apparently it's pretty divisive. The video got picked up by Desklab themselves, and I actually ended up spending some time on the phone with one of their senior guys over there, and we talked through a lot of the issues that I had with the product that I talked about in my video, including the packaging, the lack of the case, you know, all that sort of stuff. I was able to get a little bit of additional insight into how things are going on their end, and I could understand sort of where things sort of went wrong for them in terms of their marketing material and their website and their advertising. And so I did actually end up getting the protective case, which is a pretty simple magnetic case here. It stickies on the back and then it hinges kind of like that. It's pretty simple, pretty nice, but it does the trick. Now, full disclosure, Desklab did send me this case free of charge, but they did say that anybody who watched my first video and who also thought they were going to get a case but did not, that they could write in and get a free case too. So down in the description below, I'm gonna leave the contact details for my guy at Desklab. They were emphatic to me that they were gonna make sure that everybody that thought they were gonna get a case is gonna get a case and be taken care of. But in addition to the case, I've been using the Desklab now for about a month, and I've been using it quite a bit because I've been moving in and out, transitioning back to office, back to meeting with people as things in the world start to sort of open up again. So I've got a lot of additional thoughts, feedback, and ideas as to how this product could be better, what I do like about the product, what I don't like about the product. So let's jump into it. But if you have not seen my first video, look at part 1 so you've got a little bit of a better understanding of what we're talking about going into this video, which is part 2 of the Desklab portable 4K monitor. So first, let's talk about the case and the stand. So shown here is the multi-angle portable stand. It's a piece of crap. Don't even bother with this thing. Honestly, in my testing, any shaking of the table or the surface that you're working on, this thing literally just keels over. It's clearly designed for things much smaller than the Desklab. What you really want to get is the true foldable magnetic stand cover. Now, this thing is really well made, very sturdy. It doesn't look like much. It's kind of thin, but honestly, the hinging is very good, very durable. It stands without any issues. And when it folds up nice and shut, it does add a protective layer to the top of the Desklab surface. Overall, I have really enjoyed my time with the Desklab over the past month. It does have a lot of configuration settings built in, so you can change the brightness, contrast, display modes, etc. You can get the right picture, the right color to match your current device that you're working off of. With this case equipped on the Desklab, it is truly a very portable device. You can slip it in your laptop case with your computer, pop it out and set it up, runs off one cable. Although do be wary that it does drain the battery quite quickly, at least on my 15-inch MacBook Pro when not plugged into a wall unit. Another thing I mentioned in my first video that I couldn't quite figure out how to do with the built-in menu in the Desklab was turn it vertical. Now with a little bit of help from the Desklab guys, I was able to figure it out. It requires a combination of onboard and computer level settings to make it happen, but once you get it set up, it does work really well. I do love using it in this orientation, especially for coding. Although one thing to note that is a huge bummer is that once you turn it into this orientation, because the cable is sticking out of one end, you can't access the controls because they are fixed to the bottom end. Kind of a letdown. So before I delve into the things that I think the Desklab could do better, I just want to take a quick minute to sort of go through my correspondence with the Desklab team and further explain why I was sort of misinformed when I originally bought the product versus when I got it. So the reason that the product wasn't as I thought it was going to be at the time I bought it was mainly because, and it is right here verbatim, our team is mostly engineers. We outsourced the website design to an overseas company who also did all the copywriting. As a result, the first iteration of our webpage did not communicate that the cover was not included with the pre-order, nor was our accessories page ready yet. We did think that the accessories page had been enabled, but found out after quite some time that this was not done. Now, while I can completely understand how things can go wrong when you outsource a design of a website, being as I do web and graphics for a living, I do have to put a little bit of fault on them for dropping the ball and not following up or checking their own website to see if that page was actually live. At the time I filmed my last video, the page had gone live, but it was after pre-orders that already started shipping, so too little too late, if you ask me. They did go on to say, we did try to send out an email blast to our customers reminding them that they did need to purchase the case separately from their accessories page, but they had email server problems. Again, I can give them a pass for this, but they were able to see that my email was on a list of people who didn't get the follow-up message. So again, a second follow-up or some sort of additional sort of preventative measure would have probably saved them in the long run on that. And delays, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of things are delayed right now. A lot of things are backlogged. A lot of industries are suffering. It's been a really weird year. I give them a full pass on the delays in shipping devices and the cases out to everybody. Now, I have had quite a few people, and I'm not saying just a couple, but a lot of people say that they backed this on Kickstarter before it went to public pre-sale through the Desklab website, and those people haven't got their units yet. Those guys, click the link down below, email my guy at Desklab. Hopefully you can get sorted out. Hopefully you can get your device soon. That's super unfortunate that they'd be fulfilling orders from their website versus the Kickstarter campaign. I've backed a ton of Kickstarters in my time. I've never had any issue getting my product. Never been sort of cheated, if you want to call it that. I've always received what I paid for, and it always ends up being a better deal when you go through Kickstarter. So I'm sure there's a logical explanation. I'm sure you guys will get taken care of. They did kind of just go on to say, hey, we're incorporating your feedback into our sort of sales process, website, etc. They've updated a bunch of stuff. They made sure their website was fine-tuned. They put a bunch of new messaging about the case being separate, and that's all great. And I'm super happy. Hey, despite everything that happened and the miscommunication and the the inconvenience I went through, I am happy to see that Desklab is taking it seriously, that their customers are complaining, and that they are actually taking that into account and making their service and product better. So huge kudos to those guys for listening and taking action. So yeah, 2 thumbs up, but well done. So my first gripe is the cable here. Now, while it is awesome that this device can be powered off a single cable, it's a little flimsy. I don't know if this is something that everybody's gonna have, but a little bit of wiggling on this cable and the screen will shut right off. It does come back if you give it another wiggle, but yeah, kind of odd and very flimsy and cheap feeling. My other huge gripe, because I'm using this every day and I'm just shutting it off and turning it back on again, is the fact that it doesn't save any of your presets. And in order for this particular screen to match my MacBook Pro, I do have to up the brightness and contrast slightly. Having to do it every single time and not being able to save it, or the fact that it doesn't recall it when you plug it back in, huge missed opportunity. Really wish that they can fix this in a future update. Last, but certainly not least, I do have to bring up the fact that I do have to worry about the longevity of this product. Now, I'm not even using it as a touchscreen input device. While it is compatible with touch devices such as the Surface Pro and iPads, it's been tested and I've seen it in action. macOS unfortunately doesn't convert touch inputs into a readable signal at this time. You can get programs that do it, but it doesn't do it out of the box. As a result, I'm just connecting it and using it as a display. But even still, there's already scratches on my Desklab monitor. Now, I don't know if this is a result of the case, but seeing as that I've only had the case on here for a short period of time, I don't think that's the real result. I think maybe this screen material is just not that durable. So in the long term, I do have to say, there is cause for concern that this may fail on me at some point or be scratched to the point where I can no longer use it properly. So that's it, guys. That's my full 1 month in final review on the Desklab. Personally, I do like using it quite a bit. It's a really nice screen. It's a really nice device. Yes, I have big monitors in my office, and when I'm home, I use them. But if I'm traveling, and like I said, I'm getting back out there again, I am meeting clients again, I need a portable second screen, so when I'm out and about and meeting clients, I can show them in a little bit more detail than just on a small 15-inch screen. Having the second monitor very much feels like I'm back in my office and I'm sort of taking my home office setup with me on the go. And it's in a really portable form factor, which is awesome. Now, there are a few things that do kind of give me some cause for concern in the long run, but right now, everything's great. And I'm enjoying the product very much. And although it is expensive, it's a cool device. Again, there's some alternatives out there, but until I get my hands on them and can really test them side by side, I'm gonna recommend Desklab to people. And if you want a Desklab of your own, there's 2 ways you can do it. One, you can click the link down below. I've got a special coupon code, get you a little bit of a discount on your own Desklab. You can pick one up and try it for yourself. And I'm really happy to say, I'm actually giving a Desklab away. So there's also a link up here and down in the description. You can go to my Gleam page and you can enter the contest. 30 days time, I'm gonna raffle off one of these guys because I want you guys to be able to experience the Desklab yourself and give it a shot and see if it works for your home office or on-the-go work setup. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about the contest. Please enter, try and win yourself this Desklab. I really want you guys to get your hands on it and try it for yourself. I'm a fan. I think you guys will be a fan. Thanks again for watching, for all the love and support on the first video, and I'll be back with another video soon. Take care, guys.